Ladies and gentlemen, fellow English educators and good citizens of Malaysia, we live in a world where English education is very highly valued. And since its education is so highly valued, the curriculum as to how English is taught and learned should be strongly emphasized to produce quality learners. My dear listeners, what if I told you that we might have been doing it wrongly all this time? First of all, thank you very much to Melta for giving me this opportunity to present my research, and also thank you to the viewers. So this is the title of my research. So let us, without delay, look into the statement of problem. So what is this research focusing on? As we all know, there has been curricular changes to the primary English education since year 2016 regarding the teaching of grammar, namely the elimination of the grammar module as a whole. So we can see this by comparing the differences between the DSKP English Year 4, Year 2020, with the DSKP English Year 6, 2020, because the changes have been implemented to Year 4 first and not yet for Year 6 as of year 2020. So as you can see here very quickly, we know that this is the Year 6 English Language DSKP for year 2020. We can see that this grammar module is for year 3 to year 6. But if we look at the year 4 English DSKP for year 2020, we look, there is no grammar module anymore. It has been eliminated entirely along with its learning and content standards. And then if you look here, it is said that aspects of grammar are infused in the teaching of this language skills. So no longer there is this grammar module, it is completely eliminated. Now, the elimination of the grammar module from the DSKP and from the English curriculum for primary school kids is a very significant agenda indeed. This is because a learning module itself contains many different learning and content standards of their own, and that defines how a teacher teaches a sub-skill within a subject. We know that all four skills of English, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, they have their own learning modules, they have their own learning content and standard which defines how they are taught. Well, so did grammar for year 3 to year 6 before these changes. Hence, the next question is, how has the elimination of the grammar module changed grammar teaching as a whole? To answer that question, we need to compare how grammar was taught before and after these changes. So before the changes have been made, grammar had its own learning module with its learning content and standards. So with this, a grammar is usually taught as a focused skill in a day's lesson, just like the other four language skills, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Hence, it can be said that grammar is mainly taught deductively before this, being the main focus of the lesson. Now, since the module is eliminated, the DSKP currently advocates grammar to be taught inductively. So if we take a closer look just now at the DSKP Year 4 2020, you can rewind the video, we can see that they state the aspects of grammar are to be infused and is no longer the main focus of the lesson. So the diagram over here basically sums it up. But to sum it up, English grammar teaching for primary school pupils has changed mainly from the deductive teaching strategy to the inductive teaching strategy. So as this mainly concerns on how grammar is being taught, teachers' perspectives and opinions matter a lot. So the statement of problem and research questions for my research are as follows. So what are the attitudes and the beliefs of Malaysian English language teachers on the change in grammar teaching, deductive to inductive? So which grammar teaching method is their preferred teaching method, inductive or deductive? So these are my research objectives and questions in detail. So you can pause the video and have a look at it if you want to. So the reason for this being my research focus is because according to many studies, such as the National Institute of Education America, Kern Roger, Jackson, and others, teachers' professional practices are largely influenced and directed by their perceptions and opinions. Teachers may support or may resist this change of deductive to inductive grammar teaching. Teachers' beliefs and opinions about this change should be taken into consideration because the views and the opinions of the teachers are the mechanisms that motivate them to perform in their professional practices. To solve my research questions, I conducted an online survey. So this online survey is a 4-point Likert scale, which is strongly disagree, disagree, agree, and strongly agree, and is regarding teachers' attitudes and beliefs on the change of grammar teaching. So I focused the survey questions onto 6 different aspects of grammar teaching effectiveness and their preferences. So you can see these are the 6. All right. So the 6 is perception of change in grammar teaching, whether they agree or do not agree on the change. Time efficiency of the grammar teaching method, prefers interest in the class, ease of content delivery when using the said strategy, assessment results and practices in the classroom, and teachers' personal preferences. What are their thoughts on grammar teaching as a whole? So if you'd like a more detailed understanding of my methodology, you can pause the video and you can look here, right? This is the diagram of my research. So basically what I did is I had 47 Malaysian English language teachers who have taught year 4, year 5, year 6 and before and have more than 5 years of teaching experience. And I distributed this online survey Google form through messaging platforms such as Telegram and WhatsApp to willing participants. Okay, so on to my research findings. So what I did with my data is I did descriptive analysis and I analyzed the mean values and the standard deviation values of each question item in my survey. So what I found out is most question items, including both deductive and inductive supporting items, displayed high mean values over 2.5 and low standard deviation values less than 1. So the implication of this is that most teachers actually agree to the question items, and since the SD is low, it means the pool of teachers agreeing to it is very big. Okay, so the implication of this is that very few teachers or no teachers at all are stubborn or obstinate towards just using one grammar teaching method in their classroom. It means they use both grammar teaching methods. So an example of the results and the mean and standard deviation value is seen here. So this is the real results. So this actually contradicts a statement made by Shin 2003, who mentioned that both inductive and deductive grammar teaching approaches have their own advocates and believe one method is more effective than the other. Here's a detailed analysis based on the results obtained in my survey for the 6 different sections within my survey. So if you'd like to read it in detail, please pause the video and do so. But to summarize, in all aspects except time efficiency and ease of content delivery, teachers mainly agreed to the benefits of using both inductive and deductive teaching methods in the classroom. For the 2 aspects mentioned before this, however, time efficiency and ease of content delivery, teachers mainly favored the deductive grammar teaching method. They said that the deductive method of grammar teaching is more time efficient and that the deductive method of grammar teaching is necessary for pupils to understand the connection of form and function in language, and also it is beneficial to keep students more focused in the classroom. So for the data I've obtained through my survey and the results and the analysis, my conclusion is that Malaysian primary school English teachers do not agree with the fully inductive grammar teaching as imposed by the changes in the national curriculum currently. Malaysian primary school English teachers do not prefer one method over the other, but prefer to use both methods, inductive and deductive, for teaching grammar in the classroom. So an implication to this is that teachers supplement deductive teaching methods with contextual learning. So this implies that the English curriculum should not just focus on only one grammar teaching method. So this has implications to curriculum development and teacher training programs. So as a researcher, my recommendation is that the current English curriculum should be revised to integrate both grammar teaching methods and place equal emphasis on both grammar teaching methods within the English curriculum for primary school students. First, another recommendation I would like to propose as a researcher is that other research can be conducted, like qualitative interviews to get more in-depth answers from teachers, or maybe real-time classroom observations to see how effective a grammar teaching method is in a particular Malaysian classroom. With that, thank you very much for watching. I hope that this presentation has given you some insight. Thank you very much.